Aging is a physical thing, but getting old might be a mental thing. My grandmother would have been 99 this week, but when she was 92, I interviewed her and I asked her a series of questions, and two of those questions really stood out to me from that interview. The first question I asked her was, Nanny, at what age did you start to feel old? And she had a really quick answer. 60. She thought that she was old at 60, and she even said that I was getting up there. The next question I asked her was, Nanny, now that you realize that that was over 30 years ago, what do you think about 60 now? And it kind of startled her, it kind of shook her when I asked her that question. And she started to realize that at 60, she wasn't old at all. She was still able to walk around and get around and drive her car, and all of her friends were still alive. My grandfather was still alive. She enjoyed the job that she had at the time. And she started to realize that she wasn't really that old at 60. About a year ago, I had a health scare myself. At age 50, I found myself in the hospital with lower abdominal pains, and nobody could figure out what it was. And it was so painful, I just couldn't even move without feeling any pain. That lasted a few days. And I remember laying in that hospital bed telling myself, what if this is it? What if I never get back out of this bed? Because they couldn't figure out with all these tests and scans and everything I was going through. As I was laying in the hospital bed, I began to think, what would I regret not doing if I was never able to regain the capability to do those things again? And two things popped up in my mind from my childhood: martial arts and skateboarding. And so I decided that if I was able to get out of that bed again and make a full recovery, I would try at least one or maybe even both of those eventually. That's why you saw me start skateboarding at age 50. So while you're watching this and you still have the physical and mental capabilities to do things that you really had a lot of passion for, things that you enjoyed, or maybe the experiences you haven't done yet, but you know you should, don't take time for granted. Go do those things, because you will regret, if you're ever in that situation like I was, not being able to do things. Remember, being old is your mental game. We're going to age. You can do it gracefully. You can take care of yourself. You'll have a lot of years left to go explore the world and do all those fascinating things that you still have capability of doing. So go do it.